Hello, Hope for Kids family. This is Megan with Hope for Kids, and I am so excited to bring this video to you guys. What a year this has been. 2020 has been a year like no other for our ministry and obviously for everyone the world over. But through everything, we are so thankful for what God has been doing, what He's led us to, and so many children and even their families are being reached with true lasting hope. And I'm just so excited to walk you through what that has looked like. So this is 2020, a year in review. Early on in this year, January, February, March, things look relatively normal for Hope for Kids until about the middle of March when everything got shut down. But through those first few months of the year, it was business as usual and it was so much fun. So every Tuesday night we hosted Club Hope at our building. Club Hope is an afternoon Bible club that we would host where kids would come into our building, they would have a hot meal, and then they would spend some time learning a lesson, memorizing some Bible verses, and just connecting with our volunteers. And it was really, really fun. We had a program called Treasure Seekers going on through Club Hope where kids would be not only memorizing Bible verses, but learning God's heart behind the verses that are in the Bible and learning how they could live out being a follower of Jesus. And that was really, really special and so fun. We also hosted Hope for Kids Family Church every single Sunday. Again, families would come in, have a hot meal, and then have a time as a family of worship and learning and praying together. Very, very special. We are also hosting Event Hope once a month on Saturdays, a Valentine's Day party in February where kids came in and they made Valentine's, decorated sugar cookies, and even did woodworking projects, which if you were at that event, you know that that was very interesting, but it was very fun and hands-on for the kids. We did like a life skills workshop as a part of those events. So in January, we did a health and nutrition workshop. We had kids from so many different places getting to spend time with our volunteers. We are so thankful for you guys that gave us your time and your Saturdays to come hang out with these children. And they were also hearing a really special Bible lesson. So it was basically a party at our building once a month on a Saturday. And unfortunately, we weren't able to have Event Hope in March. The day that we were supposed to have that event was the day that we made the decision to take a pause that we thought would only be 2 weeks long. And right as soon as we found out that our programming would have to be paused, we went into quarantine mode. And for Hope for Kids, that looked like putting on Storytime every single day on our YouTube channel every day of the week. We went through a chapter of the Jesus Storybook Bible and we would read the chapter and then we would break it down, add in some Bible verses, some songs. And our aim with this was to just give kids something to look forward to and parents something to look forward to every day, a way to share with them the best story ever, which is the Bible, and just have a personal connection with families in the way that we were able to, from our living room to theirs. So those were sent out to our families for 35 days in a row. That was a really, really fun project, and all of those videos are still up on our YouTube channel if you guys ever want to check them out. When quarantine hit, we also started something that has continued through this entire year called Bags of Hope. Bags of Hope is a way for our friends and our ministry partners to donate things like non-perishable food items or coloring books and different things to keep kids occupied through those long quarantine days. And we would put together brown paper bags full of groceries, and we would sometimes even add in special extra treats like candy. And it was so much fun putting together those bags as just a tangible way to bless our families and to meet a need that they had through that really hard beginning of quarantine time and even continuing through the rest of this year. So we would put together these bags and then a small team of us would take them out into the neighborhoods where our families live, leave bags on their porches, ring the doorbell, and then we were actually able to pray with the families through their screen door. So while staying safe and distance, we were still able to bring them hope in a practical, tangible way and hear what they needed prayer for and take a minute to just pray right there with them, which was so special. And that has continued on through the summer, through the fall, and even now into the winter time. That's been a really, really special part of our ministry, and we are so thankful for everyone who has partnered with us in that. Early June, we made the decision to bring back Hope for Kids Family Church. So we knew that we would have to keep some different guidelines in mind, and we did. Our building was set up completely differently, and the whole way that we ran Family Church was much different than how we had done it before. We weren't allowed to provide childcare, so no children were able to be dropped off at our building. So we did have some new parents even come in and sit down with their kids and stay through the duration of the church service. But as the months went on, we had Hope for Kids Family Church running through June, July, August, and even into September. As the months went on and as the phases of restrictions kind of shifted, it became more clear to us that the way that we were running church was not true to how God has called us to reach these families and these children in a personal way. So we made the decision to shift our focus into personally connecting with 1 or 2 families at a time and completely shifting into community outreach. So what this looked like, and it was super fun, was hosting things like movie nights at our building with 1 or 2 families, very small numbers, where we would play games, we would watch a Torchlighters movie, a story of a missionary, and just spend quality time with our kids. We also hosted kids at Seed of Hope Farm, which is the Courier's farm. They have a horse and a donkey and chickens and lots of room to distance and run around. And again, that was just a way to personally connect with our families when they were really needing that, and when we really missed them, we still had a way to see them and to connect with them. Through everything this year, there's been such a focus on prayer, on waiting on the Lord for His answers, on community connections, on just showing up and being there even when it seems like maybe no one else is because of the way that things are right now, on discipleship and getting to know the parents of these children, and evangelism, always bringing the gospel to our kids. As that shift kind of had to happen through the fall and the summer, the name of our building was actually changed from the Hope for Kids Den to the Front Street Mission. Again, just because our building has become a hub for mission-minded ministry work. This is where we take off from when we go to serve our communities, and a lot of work has actually been done on our building, which we are so thankful for. Vox Church and a few other partners have joined with us to get some projects done. We're so thankful. If this is something that you are really good at, like if you're good at fixing things up or working on walls or anything like that, there's still a lot that needs to be done in our building for it to be as 100% effective as possible for the work that we do. And all of the different projects that we are currently working on are listed on our website. For the past few Saturdays in December, we have had Christmas outreach groups go out into the city. It's almost like an impact club that we do in the summertime, like we've done in past years, but not quite, because it's winter time and there's snow on the ground, and we've definitely had to be really flexible with how this has happened. But it has been so special getting to see our kids right where they live, bringing them a Bible lesson however we can, even if we're just standing up in the snow and just telling them the story of how Jesus was born. We've just been able to bring them hot chocolate and see all of our kids in these neighborhoods at once. It's been so incredibly special. And one little boy who lives in one of the neighborhoods, he was so sweet. When we arrived for our first Christmas outreach Saturday, we had tons of gift bags with us, and he ran up to Cameron and he said something like, "Hope for Kids is the best. You guys bring us gifts no matter if it's COVID or it's not COVID. You still bring us gifts." And that has just been so special to be able to show up again and just like hand our kids gift bags and let them know that someone is thinking of them and that God loves them. While Christmas outreach has been going on for the kids, Mr. and Mrs. Courier have been making visits to our families and parents and dropping off bags of hope, groceries, and praying with families, getting to know what they need prayer for. That has been continuing again through this entire year, and it is not stopping. We also had an incredible opportunity to partner with Toys for Tots, and we met a lot of new families because of this. So just because COVID has kind of shut a lot of things down, that doesn't mean that we are not meeting new families. We've been so thankful for the different opportunities that God has brought our way, and this is definitely one of them. So we've been able to bring huge amounts of Christmas gifts to the families we know, to brand new families who are just getting connected to Hope for Kids. And we've also been collecting gift bags from our different ministry partners full of small things like toys and candy and just little thoughtful gifts to give out to every kid we come across. It's been so special. Christmas is always such a special time at Hope for Kids. So as we look forward to the coming year, we are just so thankful for your prayers, for your partnership, and we're so thankful that God is in control. No matter what comes our way, no matter what new changes and shifts in ministry come in the new year, and we know that there will be changes, we know that He is in control, He has a plan, and we are just here to be used by Him. So thank you so much for being a part of the Hope for Kids family this year, and can't wait to bring you more updates as we head into the new year.